Hey guys, it's the Michigantrappers.
3 weeks away from early goose season, we're going to show you the basic skills that we use out in the field to attract more birds.
Go.
Okay, what we have here is a layout blind. This is Cabela's version. It's got a nice corn background to it, and there's also these loops. And when you're out in the field, you want to make it as realistic as possible. It looks pretty real already, but you can slip corn stalks and stuff in here, leaves, whatever's out in the field pretty much. You want it to look like the field. Then when you're calling and stuff, like if you're not calling, you can just leave it like this. This is a see-through mesh, but this is also bendable for the callers, so they can get their hands out like that. And then the doors just open like this. Some of them are spring-loaded, some of them aren't. This one isn't. Opens up like this. You got a nice pad to it. It's like a water-resistant material, so you don't get you don't get very wet, but plenty of space in it. And then you just go all the way down, and then it conceals you like this. And you want to hide yourself as much as you can from the birds, so they can't see you. And then when you're ready to shoot, you just pop up with your gun like this. Just make sure your gun's out, because you don't want to have your gun in here. It's just not safe. And that's the layout blinds that we use out in the field for goose hunting. Yeah. All right, what we have here, this is called the flag. When you're calling and stuff like that, you usually have 1 or 2 guys with what we call the flag. When the geese are really far away, this is when you use this, or if they don't want to just come in, this is when you flag it down. You just do this, and then you can bring it down like this, like they're landing. And it makes your decoy spread look more realistic with the flag, and that's another one of the tools we use out in the field.
Alright, I got a buck Gardner honker hammer here, and I'm just going to show you the basic honk. This is just kind of like a bread and butter call, just to get the geese in, just a... That's just a common call that they use a lot, and it's just a great call to use, and it's just pretty much just your basic call that you can use to get geese into your spread.
This is a couple of the decoys that we use. These are what we call shells. They're not full bodies, they're floaters like these. And it's very important to have the heads a certain way. This can be used as just a looker. It's just looking around. You can actually tilt these ones side to side. Even the head tilts, which is pretty neat. But there's also, when you're setting out your spread, you want one of these away from the big group. And that's the one that's actually looking out for the rest of the birds. It's looking for danger. And we don't have the head right now, but the head usually stands about that tall. And this one is what we call a sleeper, but I don't have a sleeper head for it, but a feeder head actually works pretty good for it too, if you don't have any. Feeder looks like that. You can tilt it to the side like it's feeding, but it also, a sleeper, they usually tuck their head under their wing, so you can also do that. This is another looker that we have for shells. This isn't all the shells we have. Usually when we go out to like the Todd farm or something like that, we have a 300 bird spread, 300 decoys, probably 50 in each flock or each group. Now the floaters, you got a huge weight on the bottom because you want to keep them in one spot. And there's a bunch of rope on the bottom too for depth. These are fuzzy head floaters. Makes them look more realistic. When having decoys, you don't want them shiny. You want them dirty, because a bird is not going to be shiny in the field. You want to dirty them up. Throw mud on them. Just make them dirty. But yeah, these also tilt. The head doesn't tilt back and forth with those, but these are great for water. And like I said, you can also make them look like a feeder. You can also make look like a sleeper. And we have here another feeder. But those are a couple of the different kinds of birds that we use out in the field. Now when setting up your spreads, you want like a couple of groups, but you want to make a way that the birds can fly down. You can have a group right here, group right here and a group right here, so they can come in from these sides, come in from the back. But you want an open space somewhere that they can land. And that's how we usually set our spreads. And that's the preparation that we use for goose hunting.